I learned that lesson last week. Thank you. Cool.
Eat the mic.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here with all of you today, raising our voices for justice. I'm so grateful to be here with my many Jewish brothers and sisters and my many non-Jewish brothers and sisters. I want to also say that I'm grateful to our peace team and for the police who are present, because nonviolence is really the only way to create real change. Some of the speakers that preceded me have talked about the group gathering over here, and I've been in the middle of this, admittedly. Over the past 72 hours, many lies have been proliferated about this gathering here. Allegations have been made that we are the radical left. Let me know if you hear me say anything that's radical. Allegations have been made that Muslims and socialists are organizing this gathering. I'm looking around.
Okay.
I don't know why that should be a problem anyway.
You don't either.
Lastly, allegations have been made that we are trivializing the memory of the Holocaust.
Really?
Right.
Well, my friends, let us say it loud and clear. What is happening in our country right now, it's not the Holocaust. But the Holocaust did not begin with the gas chambers. No, it did not begin with the Nuremberg laws either. It began with the senseless fear and hatred whipped up by ignorance and pain. It began with people with genuine problems, people out of work, people unable to feed their families, and people all too ready to follow the bandwagon of a demagogue, so willing to manipulate, so willing to obscure, so willing to prevent the truth. And if that description doesn't bear resemblance to what we're seeing right now, I don't know what does. Now, more than ever, we need truth and we need facts. So I'm asking, can I share some facts with you?
Yeah.
These are from our own government. This is a report. I brought it with me, actually, if anyone wants to see it. It is the reading stuff of nightmares. It's from the Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security, published on June 3rd of this year. These are facts, and I'd like you to respond to each one of them by saying, "That's a fact." Here we go. Ready? Detainees were not provided with toiletries, I quote, "in direct violation of immigration and custom enforcement standards."
And that's a fact.
Detention centers have mold permeating all walls in the bathroom areas.
And that's a fact.
Uniforms were given to detainees in the wrong size.
And that's a fact.
71 men were found detained in a cell with a capacity for 41.
That's a fact.
50 women were detained in a cell with capacity for 40.
That's a fact.
Men are punished and placed in disciplinary shackles against DHS rules.
That's a fact.
Children are not provided with clean clothes and the opportunity to take a shower.
That's a fact.
Babies are not provided with diapers.
That's a fact.
20% of children who have been separated from their parents are under the age of 5.
That's a fact.
Friends, this is not the Holocaust. The Holocaust did not begin with the gas chambers. But the fact is that we see many, many red flags. In our own community, here are more facts. We've seen good families torn apart, fathers and mothers deported with no reason.
That's a fact.
Last year, nearly 1,000 people had been rounded up by the Dearborn police alone.
That's a fact.
As of June, 24 people have died in ICE custody.
That's a fact.
This is not the Holocaust, but the Holocaust did not begin with the gas chambers. Today we stand here before the Holocaust Memorial Center because the work of the Holocaust Memorial Center is to teach us to recognize these red flags, because the Holocaust did not begin with the gas chambers. The Holocaust Center here is to teach us to protect the dignity of our brown and red and yellow and black brothers and sisters, because the Holocaust did not begin with the gas chambers. My grandfather, who was mentioned, was born in Germany, loved this country. Because of those words enshrined in our Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All men, not just Americans. My grandfather loved this country because when his own birthplace persecuted him, when it threatened his life and the life of his family, this country took him in. From those that hated him, my grandfather taught me this lesson: to always be proud of my identity as a Jew. My grandfather taught me that being a Jew means holding myself to a higher standard, to shine a light, to love the neighbor as myself, to protect the stranger. My grandfather loved this country because he believed this country believed in those values too. The value of diversity, the right of every human being to dignity. Now, friends, tell me, is that radical?
No.
Is it radical to believe that someone detained at the border deserves the right to have a shower?
No.
Is it radical to believe that someone detained at the border deserves the right to have a bed?
No.
Is it radical to believe that children ought not to be separated from their parents?
No.
These are people, and all people deserve dignity. This is not the Holocaust, but the Holocaust did not begin with the gas chambers. Never again is for everyone, and never again is now.
Yeah.
Close the camp!